Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. I decided to go a little bit early. I have some package deliveries to the UPS, so I decided to come on just a wee bit early. Before you come in the chat, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video. We just got a real quick rain shower today, just a while ago. So hopefully it didn't make it more steamy out there because it was rather hot. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and start back with the book of Psalms. Brian's not feeling well. He's got problems with his back and possible kidney stones. So I decided to postpone that live and until I can figure out how to, you know, invite a guest. I've been all through that and still have not figured it out. So your guess is as good as mine. So I hope everyone is having a great day. We're still in the heat of summer and it's going to be hot for a while. Usually in August, I kind of look forward to September for the cooler weather. But yes, we need to say some prayers for Brian Lloyd. He is having difficulties in his back and I think kidney stones. And with the kidney stone, you never know when they're going to hit. So I thought, that I didn't want him uncomfortable during a live because I know that those kidney stones hurt because I had one. So we'll give it just a few minutes before we begin. We're going right back to the book of Psalms so we can get through that. It is several pages longer, but I think there's a lot of important lessons in this. We'll go ahead and get started, guys. Like I said, I do have some packages to deliver to the UPS, and I want to get an early start. So today we're starting in Psalm 52, excuse me, to the chief musician, a contemplation of David when Doeg the Edomite went and told Saul and said to him, David has gone to the house of Amalek. So why do you boast in evil, almighty man? The goodness of God endures continually. Your tongue devises destruction like a sharp razor working deceitfully. You love evil more than good, lying rather than speaking righteousness. You love all the devouring words, you deceitful tongue. God likewise destroy you forever. He shall take you away and pluck you out of the dwelling place and uproot you at the hand of the living. So it does say in the Bible that all unrighteousness will be punished. They may get away with things for a little while, but God is in control and those things always come back. Like no good deed, ever goes unnoticed. And no evil deed never does anyway. So God does promise to, in the end of times, when he comes back to rid the world of the evil that does exist. So we can look forward to that. And uproot you from the land of the living. The righteous also shall see the fear and shall laugh at him, saying, here is the man who did not make God's strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches. And we always know the passage in the Bible, do not place your treasures in heaven where dust doth not cover and thieves do not steal. And strengthen himself in his wickedness, but I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise you forever because you have done it. And in your presence of your saints, I will wait on your name, for it is good. Psalm 53, to the chief musician set to Mahathleth, a contemplation of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt and have done abominable iniquity. There is none who does good. God looks down from the heavens upon the children of men to see if there are anyone who understand, who seek God. Every one of them has turned aside. They have together become corrupt. There is none who does good, not one. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call upon God? There they are in great fear, where no fear was, for God has scattered the bones of him who encamps against you. You have put them to shame because God has despised them. Oh, that the salvation of Israel would come out of Zion. When God brings back the captivity of his people, let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. Psalm 54. To the chief musician with the string instruments, a contemplation of David when the Ziphites went and said to Saul, is David not hiding us? Save me, O God, by your name, and vindicate me by your strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth, for strangers have risen up against me, and oppressors have sought after my life. They have not set God before them. Behold, God is my helper. The Lord is with those who uphold my life. He will repay my enemies for their evil, cut them off in your truth. I will freely sacrifice to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good, for he has delivered me out of all trouble, and my eyes have seen its desire upon the enemies. Psalm 55, to the chief musician with stringed instruments, a contemplation of David. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and do not hide yourself from my supplication. Attend to me and hear me. I am restless in my complaint and moan noisily because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they bring down trouble upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is severely pained within me. All the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling have come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. So I said, oh, that I have wings like a dove. I would fly away and be at rest. Indeed, I would wander far off and remain in the wilderness. And God does hear the prayer of everyone. He may not answer in the time that we think he does, but he takes account of everything. He does not forget anything. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go around it on its walls. Iniquity and trouble are also in the midst of it. Destruction is in the midst. Oppression and deceit do not depart from its streets. For it is not an enemy who reproaches me, then I could bear it, nor is it one who hates me who has exalted himself against me. But I can hide from him. But it was not you, a man, my equal, my companion and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked onto the house of God in the throng. Let death seize them. Let them go down alive into hell, for the wickedness is their dwellings and among them. For me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Every evening and morning and at noon I will pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He has redeemed my soul in peace from the battle that was against me. God will hear and afflict them, even he who abides from old Selah, because they do not change, therefore they do not fear God. He has put forth his hands against those who were at peace with him. He has broken his covenant, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart. His words are softer than oil, yet they are drawn swords. Cast your burdens on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. Like it says, God says, give it to me. Um, and he also says, take thy cross up and follow me, not as a physical cross, as in a physical object, but all your worries, your strife, your fear, and things like that. But you, O God, shall bring them down to the pit of destruction. Bloodthirsty and deceitful men shall not live out half their days. But I will trust you. It's all about the trust in the Lord and what, He can bring you out of anything, but you have to have that trust factor. And like they say, the faith of a mustard seed. And we know a mustard seed is really, really small. Psalm 56, to the chief musician, set to the silent dove in distant lands, a Michtam of David when the Philistines captured him in Gath. Be merciful to me, O God, for man will swallow me up. Fighting all day, he oppresses me. My enemies would hound me all day, for there are many who fight against me, O Most High. Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you. In God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear. What can flesh do to me? All day they twist my words, and their thoughts are against me for evil. They gather together, they hide, they mark my steps when they lie in wait for my life. Shall they escape iniquity and danger? Cast down the peoples, O God. You number my wanderings, put my tears into your bottle, and are not in your book. When I cry out to you, when my enemies will turn back. This I know because God is for me. In God I will praise his word, in the Lord I shall praise his word. In God I have put my trust, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? Vows made to you are binding upon me, O God. I will render praises to you, for you have delivered my soul from death. Have you not kept my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of living? Sometimes we go through things in life that are really hard, and at this moment we forget what God has already done for us. We really do. And knowing that, he will help us out of that situation. But sometimes we get so caught up in so many things, and that's when we really need to go to prayer, because that's our direct communication with God. Psalm 57, to the chief musician, set to do not destroy. A Michtam of David when he fled from Saul into the cave. Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me. For my soul trusts in you, and in the shadow of your wings I will make my refuge until these calamities have passed by. I will cry out to God Most High, to God who performs all things for me. He shall send from heaven and save me. He reproaches the one who would swallow me up. Selah. God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. My soul is among lions. I lie among the sons of men who are set on fire, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues a sharp sword. Be exalted, O God, God above the heavens. Let your glory be above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have dug a pit before me. Into the midst of it they have fallen themselves, and they will. Anytime someone is seeking something like revenge and evil, they will fall in their own trap, their own snares. So we can be confident in that God is, He's absolutely working on this. My heart is steadfast, O God, my heart is steadfast. I will sing and give praise. Awake my glory. Awake lute and harp. I will awaken the dawn. I will praise you, O Lord, among the peoples. And see, guys, that's how people know that, that we are children of God, because we, sing praises to Him and profess His saving grace. That's what that's all about. I will sing to you among the nations, for your mercy reaches into the heavens, and your truth into the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be above all the earth. Psalm 58, to the chief musician, set to do not destroy, a Mishtam of David. O you indeed speak righteousness, you silent ones. Do you judge uprightly, you sons of men? No, in the heart you work wickedness. You weigh out the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf cobra that stops its ear, but will not heed the voice of the charmers, charming ever so skillfully. Break their teeth in your mouth, O God. Break the fangs of the young lions, O Lord. Let them flow away as waters which run continually. So we know for a fact that, that Christian people emit a light from their very soul. And where there is light, there is no darkness. Darkness where people do things underhandedly. And if you walk in the light of God, then things will come at you, but you will have the strength of God with you wherever you go. When he bends his bow, let his arrow be as if, hey, Laura, talking you with me on the phone as I drive to an appointment. Okay, Laura, be careful now. There's some really dangerous drivers out there. But thank you for being here, sweetie. And we're in Psalms and we're going through it. We need to have some prayers for Brian. He's having problems with kidney stones and his sciatica. He needs to go to a doctor. They need to send him to a specialist for his back. And he said it's so incredibly hard to get an appointment these days, So we need to keep Brian in our prayers. That's two reasons why he's not here. Number one, I did not want him to be in pain. Number two, I still don't know how. I have went through every YouTube video, and when I go to do what they say, I don't even see that. So I don't know what's going on. So we will come on together, but he really needs to get to a doctor about, his sciatica and stuff. And we need to keep him in our prayers. Because you guys, I didn't know, we could have came on his channel, but I didn't know to whether he would start having pain. And I really didn't want, bed rest. Or relaxed. But he does really need to see a doctor, because it's getting, and as we get older, things, they don't go backwards. If you have something deteriorating, it's not going to get better. That's the fact of getting older. I've got degenerative disc in my neck. And along with that, you got to be careful, because if those nerves rub on that, there's little peaks and valleys. And if that nerve gets on that, it's really bad. So we'll keep Brian in our prayers. It's just him getting into a doctor, So we'll keep him in our prayers. Let me see where I was. So that men will say, surely there is a reward for the righteous. Surely God who judges in the earth. There is a reward for the righteous because one day, we'll all be with God, and that is the ultimate reward, guys. It really is that we will no longer be down here on this earth with all these things going on, and just really sometimes days are a trial down here. Psalm 59, to the chief musician set to not destroy a Mitcham of David, when Saul sent men and they watched the house in order to kill him. Deliver Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Defend me from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloodthirsty men. For they lie in wait for my life. They gather against me, not for my transgression or for my sin, O Lord. And that's true. A lot of times, we don't have to do anything, and people plot and do things like that because they can see that we have God in us, and Satan does not like that at all. So he will send people to trip us up and set those snares, and but a lot of times they fall in it themselves. Sometimes it seems like that takes forever, but God will not let things go on like that. There is judgment for that, and he is the one that is, vengeance is his, not ours. They run and prepare themselves through no fault of mine. Awake to help me, and behold, you therefore, O Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, wake to punish all the nations. Do not be merciful to any wicked transgressor, Selah. At evening they return, they growl like a dog and go around the city. Indeed, they belch with their mouths. Swords are in their lips, for they say, who hears? But you, O Lord, shall laugh at them. You shall have all the nations in derision. I will wait for you, O you, his strength. My God is my defense. My God of mercy shall come to meet me. God shall let me see my desire on my enemies. Do not slay them, lest my people forget. Scatter them by your power and bring them down, O Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for the cursing and lying which they speak. Consume them in wrath, consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that God rules in Jacob and to the ends of the earth. And at evening they return and growl like a dog and go all around the city. They wander up and down for food and howl if they are not satisfied. But I will sing of your power. Yes, I will sing aloud of your mercy in the morning, for you have been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. To you, O strength, I will sing praises, for God is my defense, my God of mercy. God, he is absolutely a God of mercy, but he's also a God of then he's the one that evens the score. We should not seek revenge because it's not our place. And the hardest thing that we'll ever do in our lives is let go and let God take care of that, because we're human and our feelings get hurt, and we just want to seek that retribution, which you have to keep on doing good as God instructs you to do. And just sometimes if you just ignore it and walk away from it, it all works out. But sometimes people will just be at you all the time, and that's where your faith comes in, to know how to handle these situations, because they will come up. Psalm 60, to the chief musician set to the lily of the testimony, Michtam of David for teaching when he fought against Mesopotamia and Syria of Zohab and Joab returned and killed 12,000 Edomites in the valley of Salt. O God, you have cast us off. You have broken us down. You have been displeased. O restore us again. You have made the earth tremble. You have broken it. Heal its breaches, for it is shaking. You have shown your people hard things. You have made us think the wine of confusion. You have given a banner to those who fear you. You, you that it has been displayed because of the truth, that your beloved may be delivered. Save with your right hand and hear me. God has spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shahim and measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilad is mine, and Nesaseth is mine. Ephraim also the helmet for my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom I will cast my shoe. Philistia shout and triumph because of me. Who will bring me to the strong city? Who will lead me to Edom? Is it not you, O God, who cast us off? And you, O God, who did not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for the help of man is useless. Through God we do valiantly, for it is he who shall tread down our enemies. Psalm 61 to the chief musician on a stringed instrument, a psalm of David. Hear my cry, O God, attend to my prayer. From the end of the earth I will cry to you. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For you have been shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in your tabernacle forever. I will trust in the shelter of your wings. For you, O God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. You will prolong the king's life, his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. So I will sing to your name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. But yes, what this is saying, once you give your word to God on something that you're going to do or not do again, you really need to keep that, close to your heart, because, when you promise God something, you might want to keep that promise. I don't think might will, but, and sometimes a lot of people fall short of that because of other circumstances, and there is always forgiveness, but just kind of be careful with those promises, because God takes those very seriously. All right, where was that? Psalm 62 to the chief musician, to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. Truly my soul silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation. He is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will you attack a man? You shall be slain, all of you, like a leaning wall and a tall, tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from the high position. They delight in lies, and they bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. My soul waits silently for God alone, for my expectation is from him, because that is the only one you can trust. Because men will let you down, they will promise you everything and deliver zero. So, when you put your trust in God, it always turns out, He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation, my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Surely men of low degree are a vapor. Men of high degree are a lie if they are weighed on scales. They are altogether lighter than vapor. Do not trust in oppression, nor vainly hope in robbery. If riches increase, do not set your heart on them. And that's true. We, like I was saying in the beginning, we need to set our treasures in heaven where dust doth not cover and thieves do not steal. God has spoken once, twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render to each according to his work. So if you're doing good works, then you can expect blessings. If you're doing bad works, I think that always catches up with people, and they may find it delightful in the beginning, but it always comes back. And, that's how God operates. The wicked only get away with things for so long until God brings his judgment down, and he will. He doesn't forget. He knows what happened, he remembers everything. Psalm 63, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judea. O God, you are my God. Early I will seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory, because your loving kindness is better than life. My lips shall praise you, thus I will bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth will praise you with royal lips. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night and watches, because you have been my help. We need to really put, our faith in God, and we do that. One way we can show that is daily prayer and reading your Bible, so that we will understand things better. We may not understand everything in the Bible, but at least we can be hooked into the Bible, because we need it, guys. I'm telling you, the days that we live in and the things that we see and experience, we need to have that, like God's wing of protection, because I'm telling you, it's rough out there. Therefore, in the shadow of your wings, I will rejoice. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. But those who seek my life to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for the jackals. But the king shall rejoice in God. Every one who swears by him shall glory, but the mouth of those who speak lies will be stopped. Psalm 64, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O God, in my meditation. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity, who sharpen their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, bitter words. They may shoot in secret at the blameless. Suddenly they shook at him and do not fear. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They talk of laying snares secretly. They say, who will see them? They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme. Both the inward thought and the heart of man are deep, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. So he will make them stumble over their own tongue, and all who see them shall flee away. All men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider doing this. That just, it all goes back to saying, emphasizing that all those who do evil, they will be judged and they will fall. Thank you, Laura. And they will fall into their own trap because anytime you do something for evil, it never turns out. It may be satisfying for a short while to the person, but it doesn't end very well. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Which is true, we should seek to do the right things in all facets of life, be it every day. Honesty is absolutely the best policy, and we should seek to do those good deeds because that's what God expects. That's why God gives us all these different talents to use toward his glory, not ours, to let people know that God is absolutely real and he does exist. There are some people that don't believe there's a God. Well, I can look out that window and see the trees, the sky, and everything like that, and I know where that comes from. It was not an explosion like some scientists predict. That is the work of God. So, Psalm 65 to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Praise is waiting you, O God, in Zion, and to you the vow shall be performed. O you who hear prayer, to all flesh will come. Iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, you will provide atonement for them. Blessed is the man you choose and cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, of your holy temple. By awesome deeds in the righteous you will answer us, O God of our salvation. You who are confidence of all ends of the earth and of far off seas, who established the mountains by his strength, being clothed with power, you who still the noise of the seas, the noise of the waves, and the tumult of the peoples, and they also dwell in the farthest parts, are afraid of your signs. You make the outgoings of the morning and evening rejoice. You visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their grain, for so you have prepared it. You water its ridges abundantly. You settle its furrows. You make it soft with showers. You bless it with growth. You crown the year with your goodness, and your paths drip with abundance. They drop on the pastures of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys are also covered with grain, and they shout for joy. They also sing. That's just saying that, we owe God everything for the rain, the sunshine, and the fertility of the ground. I mean, that's all him. I can remember years ago going on a cruise, and I think I was in with some friends. I think we were in. We had to take a boat across, and I think it might have been the Grand Cayman Islands. And as we were on the boat, and I saw that water, and it was so beautiful. And I said, I was thinking to myself, God made that. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I said, God, he made all these different color waters in different areas. And that's all I could think about was how magnificent that water was and who was responsible for that. It was such a beautiful turquoise shade. I mean, it's just something that I tell you, to look at that was just, it was amazing. And I know who was responsible for that, you know. And it's just one of the many beautiful things that God had created for us, you know, down here on this earth. I mean, it was just, I could still see it in my mind. It was so beautiful. I mean, it was There was not a doubt in my mind who was responsible for that. Psalm 66, to the chief musician, a psalm. Make a joyful shout to God, all the earth. Sing out the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say to God, how awesome are your works. That was one of his works, that beautiful ocean. Your enemies shall submit themselves to you. All the earth shall worship you and sing praises to you. They shall sing praises to your name. Come and see the works of God. He is awesome in his doing toward the sons of men. He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the river on foot, and he was referring to when the Israelites fled Egypt. And this is what this is referring to. Therefore he will rejoice in him. He rules by his power forever. His eyes observe the nations. Do not let the rebellious exalt themselves. We're moving right along here. Let's see here. Oh, bless our God, you peoples, and make the voice of his praise to be heard, who keeps our soul among the living and does not allow our feet to be moved. For you, O God, have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our backs. You have caused men to ride over our heads. We went through the fire and through the water, but you brought us out to rich fulfillment. You know, guys, this is the thing. Sometimes we really don't appreciate, God brings us through everything. And sometimes when we pray for something that's not answered, then people get resentful and it's wrong. God answers things in his own time, in his own way. There's not one of us set above the other when God answers people's prayers. So he tells us, do not be discouraged, do not be dismayed. And we need to keep that in mind. God does not play favorites. He answers prayers in the order that he's supposed to. He does not pick favorites. I will go into your house with burnt offerings. I will pay you my vows which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer you burnt sacrifices of fat and animals, which was something that was done in biblical days. A sacrifice, like the fat of animals, the sacrifice, the blood, the precious oils, and things like that was used a lot back in biblical days, and it was used for a reason. Very symbolic in nature. With the sweet aroma of rams, I will offer bulls and goats. Come and hear, all you who fear God, and I will declare what he has done for my soul. I cried to him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear. Now let's go over that again. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord shall not hear. And it goes back to what I was talking about a minute ago. There is no person on this earth that's above the other one. And you can't brood around in your heart about what you're going through and forget about what he has already done. You can't do that. And if you have to be have faith and be steadfast about the praying. And God does not push anyone up front. So I think once people get the gist of that, they will truly understand about what's going on. We can't have iniquity in our hearts and go to the Lord and whine and cry when we have iniquity in our heart and he knows it. So, that's all part of it. Psalm 68, the chief musician, a psalm of David, a song. Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered, let those who also hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away as wax melts before the fire. So let the wicked perish at the presence of God, but let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God, and yes, let them rejoice exceedingly. And we know it says in the Bible that we should pray without ceasing, and that's in there. Another one is be still and know I am God. That's two of the big ones right there. Sing to God, sing praises to his name, exalt him who rides on the clouds by his name, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy habitation. God sets the solidarity in families. He brings out those who are bound unto prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in the dry land. O God, when you went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth shook. The heavens also dropped rain at the presence of God. Sinai itself was moved at the presence of God and the God of Israel. You, O God, sent a plentiful rain, whereby you confirmed your inheritance. When it was weary, your congregation dwell in it. You, O God, provide from your goodness for the poor. The Lord gave the word, great was the company of those who proclaimed it. Kings of armies flee, they flee, and she who remains at home divides the spoil. Though you lie down among the sheepfolds, you will be like the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow. Zalman. A mountain of God is the mountain of Bashan, a mountain of many peaks. Is the mountain of Bashan. Why do you fume with envy, you mountains of many peaks? This is the mountain which God desires to dwell in. Yes, the Lord will dwell in it forever. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands, the Lord among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. You have ascended on high, you have led captivity captive. You have received gifts among men, even the rebellious, that the Lord God might dwell there. Blessed be the Lord who daily loads us with benefits, the God of our salvation. So let's take a look at that. Blessed be the Lord who daily loads us with benefits. So to me, this says every day that we are alive and well on this earth is a benefit. When we can pay those bills and have these things, that's definitely a benefit. you know um I think God, he he does provide for those who are poor, like it mentioned back in these pages. And then God also uses people to help these people as a reflection on him. It's not about us, it's about him. And we should give those gifts and forget the gift, and not want to be put up on a pedestal. Oh, look at me, I did this. That's not what it's about. Our God is the God of salvation, and to God the Lord belong escapes from death. But God will wound the head of his enemies, the hairy scalp of those who still goes on in his trespasses. The Lord said, I will bring back from Bashan, I will bring them back from the depths of the sea, that your foot may crush them in blood, and tongues of your dogs may have their portion from your enemies. Excuse me. They have seen your procession, O God, the procession of my God, my King. into the sanctuary. The singers went before the players on the instruments, followed after, among them the maidens playing timbrels. Bless God in the congregation, the Lord from the fountain of Israel. There is little Benjamin, their leader, the princes of Judea and their company, the prince of Zebulun and the princes of Naphtali. Your God has commanded your strength. Strengthen, O God, what you have done for us. Because of your temple at Jerusalem, kings will bring presents to you. Rebuke the beasts of the reeds, the herd of the bulls, with the calves of the people, till everyone submits himself with pieces of silver. Scatter the peoples who delight in war. Envoys will come out of Egypt. Ethiopia will quickly stretch out their hands to God. Sing to God, you kingdoms of the earth. O sing praises to the Lord, to him who rides on the heaven of heavens, which were of old. Indeed, he sends out his voice, a mighty voice. Ascribe strength to God. His excellence is over Israel, and his strength is on the clouds. O God, you are more awesome than your holy places. The God of Israel is who gives strength and power to his people. Blessed be God. So, moving on to Psalm 69, to the chief musician, set to the lilies, a psalm of David. Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in the deep mire where there is no standing. I have come into the deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary with my crying, my throat is dry, my eyes fail when I wait for my God. Those who hate me without a cause are far more than the hairs of my head. They are mighty who would destroy me, being my enemies wrongfully. Though I have stolen nothing, I still must restore it. O God, you know my foolishness, and my sins are not hidden from you. Let not those who wait for you, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed because of me. Let not those who seek you be confounded because of me, O God of Israel. Because your sake I have borne reproach. Shame has covered my face. I have become a stranger to my brothers and an alien to my mother's children, because zeal for your house has eaten me up. And the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me, which I have wept and chastened my soul with fasting. That becomes my reproach. I also made sackcloth my garment. I became a byword to them. Those who sit in the gate speak against me, and I am the song of the drunkards. But as for me, my prayer is to you, O Lord, in the acceptable time. O God, in the multitude of your mercy, hear me in the truth of your salvation. Deliver me out of the mire and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from those who hate me and out of the deep waters. Let not the flood water overflow me, nor the deep swallow me up. And let not the pit shut its mouth on me. Hear me, O Lord, for your loving kindness is good. Turn to me according to the multitude of your tender mercies, and do not hide your face from your servant. For I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw near to my soul and redeem it. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go ahead and close for today. I've got some things I got to take care of. I did start a little bit early. And next week we will start with the 19th. Let's see. That was a long. Let's see here. And I will mark this in my notes. Let's see. Psalm 67. And we will begin next, unless something changes, we'll start with Psalm 67, the 19th verse. 67th, the 19th verse. I come on a little early. I've got some package dropping to do, and let's see, 19th verse. Let me mark that so I won't forget. I know Psalms is very lengthy, but I think it's very important as well. So we're going to go to the Lord in prayer and conclude this live. Dear Heavenly Father, we'd like to lift up Brian, our brother, to you. He's having a lot of medical issues with his back and kidney stones. Be with him, Lord, in his time of pain, and may he be able to get to a doctor to help him with the pain that he is currently going through. We trust in you, Lord, with all our hearts, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways we shall acknowledge you. Thank you so much for all your blessings and everything you do. Amen. So we're going to go ahead and conclude. I'm going to run out to drop some things out. Thank you, Laura. And I thought it was really important, but like I said, Brian is experiencing random pain. So I just wanted us to lift him up today, and it gives people hope that there are answers to those afflictions. So guys, until next Tuesday, you guys take care of yourself and one another. Love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.